What's going on, guys? Mr. Domo back at it again. And so, as a continuation on the hunt for some cool retro action figures, I have here the Hasbro Cops and Crooks action figure, and this is Bulletproof, who was a federal agent and kind of like the main guy of the Cops organization. And so Cops was like a cartoon series that aired from 1988 to 1989. And it was kind of like RoboCop in a cartoon way, you know what I mean? Like all these cops had like some kind of cybernetic, counterpart to them, and then they all had like a specialty. And so the show aired for like a year, and then it was off the air, and then it came back in 1993, but it was called Cyber Cops. And so it was basically the same show, but they just changed the title around. And this is a really interesting action figure because the card back is huge. Obviously, this is the artwork of this is really nice. I mean, I love it. Bulletproof is like a rugged federal agent, you know what I mean? And what happened to him in the beginning of the story is obviously he gets shot up just like RoboCop, and then like his whole body is just made out of like cybernetics, and so like he's pretty much bulletproof. And so he carries this crazy like SMG gun, and like he's got his briefcase with the handcuffs on it, and he's got a little trench coat, and underneath it, obviously you would see it just like in a picture, it's all like it's all like robotic, and it's really cool. What's interesting about this action figure is that it came with the row of caps, and so these caps, that's nothing new. I mean, that caps were out a long time ago, and that was pretty much how kids played with toys and stuff like that to reenact like gunfire. And so this guy has his SMG, and so you would put the row of caps into it, and then at the tip right there you see how it's kind of metallic. That was kind of like your firing pin, and that would ignite the caps, and so you would get a little pop noise and some smoke. So very interesting to add into a toy line, especially in the 80s. And these were incorporated to all the good guys, the cops, and then the bad guys. And so this is obviously this is already graded by our collector archive service, excuse me. And so as you can see here, I'll bring it forward, and so you can see the labels. So this is a 1988 Hasbro Cops and Crooks. This is a 12-back Series 1 Cops, and this is Bulletproof Federal Agent. And then the card back received an 85. The bubble's an 80, so got some yellowing, and then the figure is an 85. So overall, it got a yellowing, score, and then it's got an 86.1 score. So pretty much overall 85, but really interesting. So there's his briefcase, he's got his handcuffs, there's the figure, he's got his trench coat, and then there's that row of caps, and then there's his little SMG. And this is Series 1, so I'll turn it around. And so there's two series to this toy line. So these are all the figures that came in Series 1. So here you have all the cops, and the cops stand for Central Organization of Police Specialists. So each one of them had their own specialist or special team. And here you have the crooks, and here is the main bad guy, Big Boss. And my second best, the federal agent Bulletproof, hands down, I think he's the coolest character. And like I said, he's just ultimate badass. And so here you have Buttons McBoom Boom. And he was a cool figure because not only did he have his Tommy gun, but underneath his coat, he would have like these two machine guns that were kind of like implanted into his chest. So very interesting. This guy right here was pretty much like the genius in making all kinds of crazy contractions for the crooks. But here you go. So like it tells you how to fire those caps, and you put it like inside in the row, and then you would use the hammer, and it would go ahead and ignite your caps, and then you have the cops ID card right there. Like I said, back in the day, this was a huge thing, adding their little profile to action figures, which was really cool. So this is series one, and like I said, series one pretty much had like the A-list characters, and these were pretty much all the characters that really you saw in the TV show more often in the cartoon series. And then series two is more like their B-list characters that you really didn't see that often. But I mean, I've been eyeballing bulletproof for a while, and actually one came up for sale, and I had to snatch it because to find it in a card back it's rare, you know what I mean? And so to have it graded already was even a plus. And it's crazy how much it went for. Like, there it is, KB Toy Store, and it went for, or no, that's actually KK Toys. That's crazy. I thought it was KB Toy Stores. So it went for $7.99 back in the day, which is crazy. But I think this is a great action figure. I mean, it's really unique that they added the caps to these guys, just to give it like that extra playability, I guess, to the action figures. So I'm really stoked to get this guy. It's really clean. I mean, I don't really see too much yellowing on the bubble, but I think if you look at the card back a little bit more, you can see it, yellowing a little bit. But I think the art on these card backs are really great. Just like in the cartoon series, I think the sketch was really done. So I just wanted to share that with you guys. I mean, I think it was an awesome TV show. It was one of my favorites, and it didn't last that long, and I don't think the toy line did that well either. But at that time, you had like Transformers, you had He-Man, what else? I mean, Thundercats. I mean, there were so many, and of course, the real Ghostbusters. So, I mean, the 80s was just like a hot market for action figures, and it was very unique how different toy lines did their action figures and it incorporated unique things to it. But I just wanted to share that with you guys. I think this is a great figure. I love the card back, and I think it's really interesting that they added that caps firing mechanism into their weapons. So I just wanted to share that with you guys. Thanks for watching. Thank you guys for the support, and I will talk to you guys later.